Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the network, our podcast. I am your host, Molly Crease, and on this podcast, we talk about business, we talk about work, we talk about real life stuff, we talk about entrepreneurship, everything under the sun. And today, our topic is going to be do not lie on your job application. Why am I choosing this topic? Because there is a certain someone that is very controversial right now, that is going around in the news, that have lied so much out the wazoo on their job application, and they still have a job. So we're going to see why you shouldn't lie on the job application. What are the consequences for lying on a job application? If you are not a certain someone, what the consequences would be if you lie on your job application. So first and foremost, let's get into it. We're going to talk about none other than George Santos, who has become a new person in the House of Congress. He has been sworn in. He is there. He is working in the job now with Kevin McCarthy, who is now House Speaker. So George Santos have been found lying, y'all. He has lied on his job application, which is a no-no. And here, I had to write this down because I couldn't remember everything. But here are some of the lies, y'all. So some of the lies. He said his mom was present at the attacks on 9/11 and died of cancer. It has been found that his mom was not even in the United States at that time. Okay? Lie number one. Lie number two. He made $750,000 salary and up to $10 million in dividends. I don't know, but that would be nice if I could make that kind of money, huh? Then another lie he stated was he made a career selling yachts. Is he a pathological liar? How does someone come up with these lies? How do you come up with these lies? I don't understand. You got to be a pathological liar. Another lie, he claimed he owned a $1 million apartment in Brazil, which they found out wasn't true. Another lie is that he claimed he attended the prestigious Horace Mann Prep School before graduating summa cum laude from Baruch College with a 3.89 GPA. It's a good GPA, y'all. It's almost a 4.0. A 3.89 GPA. But it turns out he was lying about that too. This is just, how much did I write down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's only 5. When I was looking on the website and for all of this information, it was way more than 5. Way more than 5 lies. Now they're saying he must be the number one liar in Congress. Did he beat back Trump, y'all? Do you think he lied more than Trump? Do you think he lied more than Trump has, y'all? I mean, I think he and Trump was made from the same cloth or something. How do you lie on a job application as important as that? The people who elected you to go in and to work for them, and you just lie so that you can get the job. I don't understand. I don't get it. But what I found out is this is being done more often than not. So I was checking out some statistics and I was looking in the real world and I was looking, do people really lie on their job applications? And some of the stats I've found is that 93% of people know someone who've lied on their resume. Right? Another stat was 75% of employers have found a lie on a resume. One lie, not too bad. The whole resume a lie? Oh, it's terrible. Then stats 53% of hiring managers suspect candidates aren't totally honest on their resumes. Now, guys, there's a difference between totally outright lying on your resume and then tailoring your resume according to the job description. So, when you're doing a resume, and resume experts would say that you need to create a resume that is tailored to the job that you're applying for. That means that you're positioning yourself and showing that you have experience for the job position that you're applying for. It doesn't mean that you're going to lie and say that you did certain things when you didn't do those things. So I'll give you an example. For instance, let's say you're applying for a managerial role. You're applying to be a project manager, right? You've never worked as a project manager before, but you're tailoring your resume according to what the requirements are that they're looking for a project manager. So let's say, for instance, they're looking for someone who can work in a team, someone who can lead a team, someone who can meet deadlines with projects, right? You've never been a project manager before, but you've worked in a team before. You've worked probably as a supervisor before, where you were in charge of people. You probably had to meet deadlines at your previous job. You can tailor your resume that you are showcasing your experience, but you're also showcasing, I have this experience, and so it is okay for you to consider me for that project manager job. So you're not lying, you're just showing up your experience more in what they're looking for in that project manager role. Now, if you've never worked a day in your life in any leadership capacity, and you've never worked a day in your life in any teams, you don't know about meeting deadlines, and then you go and put that on your resume and say, oh, I did this such and such project, finish it with success. Oh, I led a team of 8 people and we managed thousands and thousands of dollars and did that, blah, blah, blah. And you've never did any of that under the sun at all, then you're outright lying on your resume. And that is a no-no. So why is it not okay for us to lie on our resume? So according to flexjobs.com, the number one reason why you shouldn't lie on your resume is because you can get caught. I don't understand how you not think you can get caught. When people, one of the things that employers do is that they fact check your resume. So a lot of employers, some of them would tell you to give them references, right? And they will check those references and ask those people that you've put down for references about your experience and about your character as a person. Not only that, but what employers are doing as well now is that they're not just checking your resume, they're checking your social media, they're checking your online history, they're checking your LinkedIn. And I tell clients all the time, the resume you present in front of an employer is just as vital as your online resume, because employers are looking at your online resume as well. And what do I mean by online resume? They're looking for that stamp that you've placed online. They're looking for your online profile. So whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on TikTok, whether you're on LinkedIn, they're looking at that to see what kind of a person you are. Because let's face it, you are joining their organization. They want to know that you fit in with the culture. They want to know that you're going to do the work that they hire you for. And they want to know that you are going to be a well-rounded, good employee. So the resume you present on paper alone is not going to do it for them. That's why they conduct an interview. That's why they ask for references. That's why they look at your LinkedIn profile and at your brand as a whole. So you can get caught if you outright lie on your resume, because your employer is going to do their research and they're going to do their due diligence. Number 2, According to Flex Jobs, why you should not lie on your resume. You damage your credibility. If you're a liar, how am I going to trust you? How am I going to trust you with with an account of billions of dollars, right? How am I going to trust you to go into a meeting with executives and CEOs and conduct that meeting and be able to pitch our company at a level that it needs to go? How am I going to trust you to do anything when your credibility has been shot? And credibility is very important. A lot of companies lose contracts and businesses because of credibility. You lose people in your network, people who would vouch for you and vouch for your value because of your credibility. It also shows that you does not have good character and you does not have good morals when you lie about who you are. So it is very, very important for you not to lie. It shuts your credibility. Number three, the lies will continue. My grandmothers used to say, you tell one white lie, you got to keep telling the lie to build out the story so that people keep believing you. And you can't slip up. So you have to keep track of lie number one, track of lie number two, keep track of lie number three. Oh my God. Isn't that exhausting? You got to keep track. You got to keep track of all the lies. You got to keep keeping track. And if you don't keep track, you mess up and you fumble the ball. Right? I don't know anything about sports. I don't know anything about football. But I'm sure that when they are going over the plays, if you're not listening to your coach and be able to track your other teammate and see what they're doing and be able to keep up with the plays, you can definitely fumble the ball. So if you're not able to keep up with your lies and where they're going, oh God, it's so funny. You are definitely going to forget what you said before to Susan or to Billy or whoever you're talking about, and you're gonna have to continue lying. It's amazing. Do not lie. Do not lie on your job application, people. Number four, the consequences for lying. Why you should not lie. Number four, you're constantly looking over your shoulder and you live in fear. Like I said, if you're constantly lying and you constantly have to use one lie to cover up another lie, to cover up another lie, you constantly live in fear because you're always thinking that someone is going to find out. Someone is going to find out what I've been covering. And usually when people lie like outright like that, like George Santos did, is because they don't love their real selves. Psychologists and therapists will tell you that this person have a real personality disorder or personality deficit in that they really don't think highly of themselves, of their true selves, or of that person that they really are. So they have to lie and embellish for people to accept them. They have to lie and embellish to be able to be accepted in certain circles, in certain arenas. And so I think he felt like he had to lie to be accepted because being in Congress and in the House, it's such a high level, it's such a high appointment that he thought that going in as himself, that he would not have been accepted. And that is the reason, I would think, in my opinion, that is one of the reasons why he lied, right? But the people chose him. For some reason, they saw something in him beyond that lie, those lies, why they chose him to be their representative in Congress. So I am puzzled as to why he had to embellish and exaggerate so much and so far of who he is for him to be accepted by his peers and by the people in Congress. I don't get it. I don't know if we would ever know the reason because he is really not speaking much on it and the reason why. Maybe we will get that in a 60-minute interview, or Gail King would get the exclusive at some point. But right now, we have no idea, but only to speculate. And so, generally, when people lie, it's because they are fearful that they will not get the thing that they truly want, and they are fearful that people will not accept them for who they really are. Number 5 of why you definitely should not lie on your resume and on your job application is because you cannot do the job. You won't be able to do the job. You would be in over your head. Because if you're telling me that you've managed 10 however people, and then I put you in a managerial role to manage, you're not going to be able to manage because you've never done it before. Managing is not an easy job. You have to manage multiple personalities. You have to manage projects. You have to meet deadlines. You have to do all of these things. And if you've never done it in your life before and you haven't received training on it, you're not going to get the job done efficiently and effectively. And people are going to find out, and people are going to find out that you're a fraud. And last but not least, number 6, and this is the big whammy, right? You lie in your application, you lie on your resume, your employer find out, they can fire you. In most cases, they will fire you. In the real world, normal people, average people working, we will get fired. For whatever reason, George Santos is not going to get fired because, let's face it, Kevin McCarthy needs him. He needs his vote. But for us, real folk, real people, rely on our application, we will be fired. When we are found out, we will be fired. So what's the moral of the story here? What's the gist of this podcast episode today? Is try your hardest. Try your hardest not to lie on your job application, not to lie on your resume. And then if there's something that you really want to do, that you really want to be known for on your resume, take some professional development. Go and do it. Take a certification, take some training so that you can put that on your resume and be eligible to put that on your resume, and you won't be lying, and you also won't be soliciting people to lie for you. And that's it. That's all I got, y'all. That's all I got today. Do not lie on your job application. Do not lie on your resume. Do not lie to your employers, because you will find yourself in the unemployment line looking for another job. Your credibility would be shot. One more thing before I go. Listen. Employers share information with each other. People share information with each other. So if you're known for being a pathological liar, and if you're known for lying in your resume, there are a few inner circles that would know that you're known for that, and that will not hire you. That is what we talk about as well when we talk about damaging your credibility. If I'm in business, right, and I work with someone, and someone know me for someone who don't pay their employees, or I'm not good in business, I'm not gonna get those contracts. That business, that comment, that testimonial, whatever you call it, is gonna spread like wildfire, because people don't like when they don't get what they pay for. And if I'm in business and I don't give my customers what they pay for, they're gonna go on my website and write a review. They're gonna write a Yelp review. They're gonna write a Yelp review. They're gonna do word of mouth. They're gonna tell their friends. They're gonna tell their family. Don't go here. Don't go there. This is what happened to me. That is what happened to me. You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna lose business. I'm gonna lose money. And I'm gonna lose my credibility, because no one is gonna want to come to do business with me. So please, people, be honest. Be authentic with your brand and with who you are, and show people who you are, and let them fall in love with you for who you are, and not for a fake you. Don't be fake, y'all. Don't be fake. And I'm going to leave it there. This has been another episode of the Network Hour podcast. I am your host, as always, Molly Crease. And stay tuned for more episodes. We're going to be bringing on guests from time to time to talk to you. And we are going to have fun talking about all of these different topics. And until next time, live, laugh, and love.